This is Kikwetu Sunday, but as we did mention earlier, we want to spend just a couple minutes here talking about mental health awareness, because this month of May is actually Mental Health Awareness Month. And Royal Media Services here has been partnering with various experts to create awareness on this important topic. And today we're excited to have someone from the Amani Counselling Center to come and shed more light on this subject here for us. Her name is Frida. Karibu sana to the show.
Thank you.
We're grateful to have you here this morning.
Thank you.
So let's get straight into it, even before we begin discussing, what mental health challenges might look like. Let's talk about the purpose of counseling, because you're a counselor, you're a counseling psychologist.
Yes.
What is the purpose of counseling?
Okay. The purpose of counseling is to help you face life more productively, because we all go through challenges in life. We all have our highs and lows. We all have our past traumas, or maybe the way we were brought up, and probably you faced a challenge that you never navigated well. And so counseling is a safe space where you visit a therapist and you address issues that could be disturbing your psychological well-being. It could be work-related, it could be relationship, and it could be issues of identity. So it's a safe space for you to come and just talk to a professional and face life more positively, as we help you gain insight of life, insights of various things, and also unearth resources that are within, because we all have resources within us that are untapped. And so by seeing a therapist, you're able to see it at a different angle, a different perspective, and face life more positively.
So this is really about acknowledging that it's okay to not be okay sometimes. Life is happening to all of us. There's seasons that we may not understand or even know how to navigate. But I'm sure there's someone who's watching and they're asking, well, why can't I just talk to my friend? Or why can't I just talk to my mom? My family has always had great counsel. What is it about talking to a professional, a licensed or a qualified therapist, versus just talking to our friends and our family?
Yeah, those are some of the myths or misconceptions that people have, that probably I just need to talk to a friend, talk to my mom, and I'll be okay. And there's nothing wrong talking to your friend or your support system, somebody if you talk to, you feel okay. But there's this part of it where you're going down the drain, or you're not able to cope with life more sufficiently. And so it calls for a professional who will help you navigate life and identify those areas that your strengths that you can use to support yourself even as you face life. Yeah, but there's no harm talking to a friend that you trust, or your mom. But again, we look at it in terms of issues of confidentiality. Will they be able to keep confidentiality, and especially if the matter is sensitive? Or are they going to anika you out there? Yes, I've shared this issue, maybe I'm going through a very sensitive issue and I've shared with you. Are you able to support me and also keep it confidential? So seeing a therapist offers you a safe space where you'll not be judged.
All right.
And neither will you be labeled. So it's better to seek help from a professional angle so that you face life in a more positive way.
Great. So I want us now to turn towards mental health specifically. I don't know if you, as you answer this next question, if you're able to share, what are some of the current statistics as far as the numbers in our country? We're seeing more and more people. I don't know if it's more and more people who are struggling with mental health issues, especially just in the times we're living in. I feel like there's so many influences, distractions, challenges that are, coming up even in the wake of new technologies and the like. But maybe also just to help us understand what are some of the signs, you know, of mental health challenges, because I think when we were growing up back then, there was this perception that it's you know, something that would need to have you institutionalized, and yet that's not the case. We're seeing that there's so many people who are very well dressed, very well spoken, some people who are even very sanguine, they're the fun ones, and yet they're actually struggling.
Yeah. Yes, those are some of the misconceptions, or rather culture or beliefs that we were made to think that anyone seeking for therapy or for help from a professional is somebody who is either mad or weak. Yeah, some people even told it doesn't work. Yeah, but statistics have it that at least 4 out of 10 people are struggling. Wow. And as you've put it, they could be well dressed, they could look well tamed, but mentally or psychologically, they are going through a tough time. And it could be issues to do with work, as I mentioned. Maybe you're dealing with a tough boss, you know. It could be issues of job cuts, and so there's that fear, and I'm struggling, but I'm not talking. I'm going through challenges at home, maybe in my relationship with my mom, if it's a child, or a spouse who's giving me challenges, and I'm not able to speak it out there. So we all go through challenges, even as therapists, right. Yeah? And so it is just good to be aware.
So in light of that then, how do we actually identify if someone around us is struggling with mental health so that we can, you know, encourage them to seek professional help?
Okay. Some of the signs withdrawals, there are people who will just withdraw or have a problem with their thinking. You can see that their thinking is kind of distorted. Feeling of hopelessness and helplessness, at times fatigue. And some people will lose interest in things that they used to like, you know, the activities they used to engage in. They no longer engage in those activities. Some will even say it, I'm tired of this life, you know. I just want to, you know, execute it. So, and if these signs continue for a period of like 2 weeks, then it calls for one to really come in and intervene and help somebody seek for help.
2 weeks is the threshold.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes, I mean, I guess it's a challenge to all of us to be very aware of one another, to really be attentive and paying attention, you know, to the things that our loved ones are saying, the things that our friends are saying. Because 2 weeks is kind of scary. That's a very short period that it could flip that quickly.
Yes. It looks short, but you see it's something that is consistent.
Yeah, okay.
They are withdrawn. Either they are not eating, they are cranky, easily irritable, you know. They just want to be in their own space, and, you know, feelings of agitation. And it's good that we look out for these signs. Sure. For teens, at times they are just, they don't want to be talked to. Either they are shouting, slamming the door, and they just want to be around anyone. So it's important that we watch for both verbal and nonverbal signs, and just be very observant and alert, and see how one can then be taken for help.
All right. As you give us your parting shot, you could maybe also share with us how people can reach out. Perhaps there's someone who's watching this and is saying, wow, I think I actually do need to see a therapist, I do need to see a counselor. Maybe as you give us your closing remarks really on this month and what you would like our audience to walk away with, also share with us how we can get in touch with you.
Okay. My parting shot would be mental health is real and it's important. We all need it. It's about your being mindful of what's going on in your mind and how it's affecting you physically in terms of your input in work, in the way you relate to people. And it's all right not to be okay, as we've said it. And so if you realize that you're struggling and probably you need somebody to talk to, please shout, please speak. Get somebody, have a support system or someone that you can easily reach out to and tell them, hey, you know what? I don't feel like I'm okay, you know? I need help, and maybe if you can help me, go seek help with a therapist. And so at Amani, we offer these services, Amani Counseling Center, a training institute. We offer these services, and we are open to support. We also engage in a lot of CSR, in schools, just to empower and to alert people, especially young people, teens, who could be struggling at home and they don't have a safe space of whom to talk to.
All right.
So we offer such spaces, and just know that it's all right not to be okay.
So how do they reach you?
They can reach us through our website.
Okay.
Yeah, and also you can walk to Amani Counseling Center and Training Institute. We are based at Mbagathi Way, and now it's Raila Odinga Way. And you can walk in and just seek for support, because we have different kind of counselors who can help you manage your struggles or the challenges that you're facing, yes, professionally.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time and for sharing this with us. I hope that our audience here is enlightened, really, about mental health, awareness about counseling and therapy and its place in our society and in our lives today. And we've been speaking once again to Frida Ofula. Asante sana for your time.
Thank you.